Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. I've got a ranked game for you guys today, a community cast between John Hawkwood and Haku, both Lieutenant Colonels. We actually have John Hawkwood with us today on Discord, talking about his opener, talking about his game. So do you want to introduce yourself, sort of tell us what you were thinking here as we get on the way?
Hello, I'm John Hawkwood, aka Sasha. I'm fighting against Maurice, which is why I'm opening a double TY90 since this player likes to do lots of helo drops. Besides that, I'm playing Red Dragon Moto, so I'm just doing a highway opener for control. I haven't played a ton of highway and not with Moto, so I'm still figuring that out.
Gotcha. Now, usually from what I've seen, and just a side note, the other colonel, the other lieutenant colonel, the Blue 4 guy, is well known in boot camp circles for doing aggressive helicopter openers. That's what John was referring to with playing against Maurice, which is his usual tag. But my question is, so a lot of people go with Moto, they go really heavily for these two towns. Is there any reason you prioritized the highway over that sort of Dimitri Elena? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, pretty brutal over there.
Jesus. Alright. Okay, so USA or NORAD, and I think you just killed double DAP. Everything.
Yeah.
He didn't even land, did he?
Nope.
Sorry, I completely forgot my question. That was ridiculous. Holy. That's the CV Blackhawk. Alright, so any particular reason you went more on the left than on the right here, when I think right is a bit more common for Moto?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what I do with Moto there, because I can take the first town, obviously, but you can do that without Moto too. The second town, sure, maybe I get there at Moto, but if I'm playing mech or just unspec, you know, a platoon of tanks and fire support, and whatever's in there just dies. And they retake it and opener if that's where their main push is.
That is fair. That is fair. I mean, I guess I'm used to, like, whenever I play against Lord Pi on this, he has like 8 recoil rifle jeeps and everything behind it, and he just like bowls right through, right? And I've seen Blitz War do that once or twice as well. Maybe it's less normal than it is what I usually see, and there is a difference there.
Is it from both spawns or
from the
Cheriton spawn?
From the Cheriton.
Yeah, from the Cheriton spawn, it's a lot better. From my spawn, like that third town, the third and second town are more awkward.
Gotcha. I kind of like what your opponent's doing here, going to secure this. Trying to lock you out there. And then, was your idea to sort of, you know, hold and play it? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I was wondering where his opener was, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't have highway vision.
You have all this stuff right here, and nothing actually can see down the highway itself. I hate this map sometimes. But,
yeah. I was a bit salty about the WZ 550 dying right away, but at least it traded out with an M3A2.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the M3A2 is 80 points, which is a very nice pickup, and then J7H. God, I hate it when people use a ton of those, because I can't tell them apart from the ATGM, like one's JH7 or J7H, or like a lot of J's and 7s and whatnot.
You know, it's funny, in the next game, I had the spawns are reversed, but I opened to the triangle forest too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice position if you can get it. The issue that pops up as far as I'm concerned is stuff like this. Like, it doesn't look like blue has that much recon here, and there's a lot of awkward angles. Right, so this is side armor to your air spawn, which could easily be an ATGM plane. Maybe not maybe not right away with Red Dragons, but like, I mean, even this is really nice because I don't think he can see you, so there's no turning to face. Every single one of those should be oh yeah, that's side armor, and that's an M1A one. That's not really cheap and replaceable, which is quite nice. If you can get the pickup, oh, nice. Alright, so this looks pretty solid. I'm kind of surprised this game goes all the way to time, so I guess from your perspective, what's gone well, what's gone poorly here? Because I can see some things that maybe you're not super thrilled with in Dimitri, but a lot of things have been going well, particularly with trading.
I mean, yeah, it's funny, like when I play this game, I was like, oh, this is over. Because sure, I lost the 550, but then I killed everything in triangle with a single recon tank, so...
Right. Oh, did you get this
was an excellent opener.
Yeah.
Not one I can really complain about.
Yeah. Besides
me just not having recon on the highway road.
Yeah. I've started putting like a single vehicle right about here just to make sure that nothing gets by. You know, you come up, you unload something. Like if I'm unloading recon up here, I'll just take that 5-point vehicle and just drive it back on the road. Cobra, Blackhawk. We haven't really seen USA unicorns yet, have we?
No, we have not. Well, I mean, Average 8, so you have a range to stop a Nighthawk for a spy,
Yeah, that's
or
fair.
at least discourage it.
Well, the accuracy on that's not amazing, but for 100 points, it's actually not bad. 30% ECM, it's more than I expected. I don't play a lot of Red Dragons, so I'm really curious about your unit selection, things like that as well, because it's just not a coalition I'm familiar with.
You know, J8C's god tier. Like, it's 100 points, but again, it gets 4 of the missiles at least, and 2 shorter ones. But
Yeah.
again, 30% ECM for 100 points. Like, it's a really good package.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the infamous Peace Ryan is 20%, and sure, that's a ground attack. Oh, there's the first unicorn. But she got out, and you know he has a Patriot, so now... Do you take the Feebow?
Yeah, and downvoted too.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in downvote Fable. Like, it's like a backup supporting ASF. Like, I just put it in my ASF, and you know, if ASF plus Fable plus a 7H or whatever goes in, you're probably gonna kill the other plane.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair, because the Feebow gets short range, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
And that's
almost
the other thing that's
wonder...
nice about Red Dragons. Literally, the entire air tab is Helo Hunters.
So I almost wonder when this was going on, when you saw the M1A1, when you saw the M3A2 and all that, if you might have been able to scooch forward, like lead with the BTRs and then get the ZTQ up. Because if you get right here with the recon tank, it's really oppressive. You shoot right through that gap. A lot of side armor, just sort of locking things down there. I wonder if that was an opportunity. Or, I mean, if you're playing against someone you know likes the mobile gameplay, we've seen, what, 5 or 6 Blackhawks? Was the emphasis really just not overextending, things like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I was off fighting US, I would have been pushing there already. But again, a Nighthawk will instantly kill anything. It's not, you know, under AA or an ASF. So I'm
So that
waiting for my
explains
flying
these.
A's to get over there. I mean, double flying A's overkill.
That's
Probably,
Estrella, right? It's pretty much Estrella.
Uh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Aren't Estrellas usually shorter range? I'm not sure what's technically armed with. I guess it's not an Igla, so maybe it's like a modernized Estrella.
Yeah, I think it's Estrella Export. There's a lot of ones that are called like a whole bunch of different stuff.
But yeah, so this is not really. Yeah, this is a pretty aggressive push here. I really wanted to try to pick out his radar AA.
Yeah, I mean, if you can score a kill on a Patriot, that's a good day. It looks like he's pulled it all the way back though, because otherwise this ZTQ 62G would definitely have seen it.
Yeah.
Cav Scouts, please don't. No. If Cav Scouts kill the ZTQ, I'll just be very sad. Oh,
Cav
there it
Scouts
is.
are
Good.
so bad.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, I've seen some people play USA where they just take a ton of Light Rifleman 90, and it actually works better than you might think just because of sheer volume. But one of my buddies used to do that, but I don't think he really plays much anymore. This is a nice position. If you could get like fast wheel infantry in there, but I guess to your point earlier, there's really no anti-air. It almost feels like you're preparing to push on this side because of those Plung guys instead of bringing them up into Dimitri. Okay, so you're looking for the Patriot kill here?
I am.
Ooh. Oh, nice. I didn't see if it was up or down vetted. Do you remember?
I've never seen them have 2 of them in a match, so I'm assuming up vetted.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, a really big annoyance. Like, I bought an 85 2A super early, but then I like almost never use it.
Yeah. And for 80
Also,
points.
I just realized that's a really good gun
Yeah.
for 80 points.
19 AP, 14 front. It's a discount M84A. Alright,
Yeah,
you lose a
especially
front
gets-
armor, you lose an RPM.
55% is still significant over 50. Not huge, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean every little bit counts. I think there's also a speed difference. I think the M84A is a little quicker.
I'm sure it is. It's DLC after all.
Yeah, you know, it's not the faction that the game was named after. Can't have that faction have nice things. Why would Red Dragons be... Are you going? Okay,
You know,
this is a
I
question.
think I was initially gonna put it in Dimitri, and I was like, well, that's a bad idea, but I want to put it in Echo, so I guess I'm just gonna put it over there.
Yeah, just drive through the territory that you don't have anything nearby.
Or I might have clicked it over there initially and didn't realize it was taking that path. So I was like, I guess I'll just keep going and hope for the best.
Fair enough. Alright, so J8C pickup, Hungai's out of range. That's a nice 100 points for blue.
Yeah, no, I would have evac'd if I was paying attention.
Yeah. I struggle with that on this map as well, because like you have to have stuff like that up and circling in order to intercept bombers. It's just too long otherwise. But then, especially if I launch a push, or if I'm really actively defending, and it's just circling, it's you forget about it after 5 minutes when you're doing a lot of other stuff. I think it's perfectly understandable. Cav Scouts, really Cav. Why the?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask Maurice why the Cav Scouts, man. But then again, I can't really play USA very well, so.
Well, Cav Scouts are not to play, I can guarantee you.
Fair enough.
Especially like dropping them in Blackhawks.
Yeah, I've really been wanting to learn USA. Like, about a month and a half ago, I started learning USSR, and before that, it was one of my absolute worst decks. And then I picked up a couple wins against Brigs and Colonels with it, and then now I'm moving on to Eurocorps Moto, and I'm really tempted to go for USA next, just because I'm American. Like, I should know how to play USA. But every time I try, it's so difficult, because it's so tempting just to click on the give me more Nighthawks and longbows, and then forget to actually play the game, you know?
Well, I mean, see, I would love to play USA and NORAD too, but like that's the point of the deck. It's just right-clicking the air tab and that of unicorns. It's just a gimmick deck.
Yeah, that's kind of upsetting. I mean, as an American, I can safely say that we have the best of absolutely everything. So, you know, our tanks and infantry and anti-air should all just be the best in class, clearly.
Okay, so here's an interesting air engagement.
Okay. So you have a bomber, J8C, Feebow, Block 52. Okay, you have short ranges on everything, long ranges on the J8C. MBT 70s, M1A1.
Okay, maybe they loiter for a second. I'm not sure how long it takes to go. Okay, now they're
Okay, you're going in. So, if he stuns the J8C, I'm guessing that would be difficult, but... Okay, you
I mean, even then, like, just the volume of missiles. And so he kills the Fava, but that's a trade out. And that's why I take them down vet, so I can throw them in with my J8C, or whatever ASF I have, and it makes a first pass kill that much higher.
Right, plus if somebody, like, you were extending decently enough over Gregory, people could have radar AA back there, and I think the Feebow would still pick up the kill on that as the engagement was going on.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, I've just been taking those as, like, base CV defense.
They seem nice for it. 2 guns. Not the most powerful guns, but you don't always need them to be.
I've also tried them as fire support, but I would, like, need to actually see how much damage they actually do. Haven't been able to figure it out.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's one of those units that you almost don't want to know how well it works, because you hope never to really need it for base defense, but at the same time, if you don't have it, things can get rough. Hawk Pip 3, dude, Patriot and Hawk Pip 3. That's expensive.
I mean, it's what I run in my NORAD. It's really solid combo.
Hmm.
You know, also good insurance if you lose the Patriot.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Okay, so we have an M1A1 here. We don't really have forward movement there, but I mean, you're ticking +1. I guess I understand why there's no more caps, because there's an argument to be made. If you have a cap in Elena, then they're ticking +2. It's a lot more points on the board per unit time. But there's no anti-air. The sense that I'm getting about this entire game is that for you, anti-air comes first. Before you push, before you cap, before you do really anything here, it's more anti-air. Is that sort of accurate, or is that oh.
I mean, yeah, but it's exclusively because of the Nighthawk.
Oh, people get double miss. And the Ponge died. That Nighthawk has to be one of my least favorite units in the entire game. It's like there's a couple of things that when they work really well are not fun to play against. And the 25T is one of them, but the Nighthawk's definitely one of them as well. Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm starting to probe Gregory a bit and preparing to push.
Yeah, if only, I mean, one of the risks I see right now is because of how defensively you're playing this, there could be a cap in Dimitri, there could be a cap in Gregory, there could even be a contested cap in Elena, and blue definitely has the potential to get some good tick, just because of how effectively he's zoning you out, which like, I think the trading's definitely on your side here. It's just, you know, this is a conquest game. You gotta play for that. That's board control, and Maurice is really good at that.
I mean, I am like going for Gregory, and it's not like I've lost Ella and Dimitri. I mean, yeah, my highway control is subpar. Like I can never properly fortify the triangle forest, just the highway area in general after the opener, which was a big mistake.
It's difficult to do if you lose this section of woods, I find, because once that happens, recon back here doesn't really quite cut it. So that to me is the linchpin of being able to get good vision on the highway from this side. This is nice,
but he doesn't have anything in there. I just never got anything back in it until too late.
Yeah.
But 550 is really questionable choice at that range.
Was
Since
that the
it's in tank range. No, it's
no.
BT.
Okay. I was really excited there for a second. Okay. I mean, the 85-2A definitely outclasses the MBT, so I do like that. CP. Did you see that during the game? I mean, okay, I guess probably by now. Is he actually gonna go for it? Please tell me he doesn't actually go for that.
No.
I have to peek. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, yeah. Good. I thought for a second he was gonna go for the cap there. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, so I lose 3 CVs in a row. Just gonna let you in on that one. First one, 2 in Sinner and 1 in Elena.
Did you know, did you realize you had the rifleman here or no?
No, like since I kind of sweeped through, I didn't realize that fell through the cracks. I was like, how is he just guessing this? Like, how is he seeing this?
Yeah, medium optics is still enough to see something moving from like there to there, so it makes sense.
I know that, but I didn't think anything would be in that forest.
Yeah, I get you. God. Nighthawk Enjoyer. We should get him to change his name to Average Nighthawk Enjoyer after this. You know, I think those riflemen could probably take the PGZs if they went, because they're right here-ish. If they come up this way and stay in the forest, they'd at least get past the first one. I don't know how quickly these things stun. 25.
Sure, but then I would know it's there.
Yeah, that's fair. So this was probably just to check and see if there's anything you missed, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Makes
Although
sense.
I'm also a very big fan of using helicopters as base and CV defense.
You know, after a game I had today, I kind of agree with you. I was playing on plunging, and I had a couple of dusters as base defense, but it was not sufficient for something like 3 Mi-17s just coming around the side, and if I'd had a Cassiopeia up, then Mi-17s just die because they have no air-to-air. Instead, I very nearly lost the game there. What sort of artillery do you bring in this deck?
Mortars.
Just mortars.
Well, and a BM-24, but I never called it out this game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a sucker for 10 HE artillery. I used to think it was really overrated, and then I tried it, and I just haven't looked back since.
Yeah, no, 10 HE artillery is amazing.
Yeah, it's like those riflemen.
Like if you get plunging or patty field with 10 HE artillery and your opponent doesn't have it, like that's such a huge advantage.
Yeah, it really is. Like 10 HE artillery single-handedly makes bad side plunging into okay side plunging, in my opinion, because you let them into the one side of the woods, not the other, and just pound them. It's like, oh, you brought in special forces and heavy tanks? Okay, well I'm just gonna buy, 3 M110s, and everything that isn't dead is stunned. Oh, Hot Pip 3. Okay, I'm expecting a second Feebow from you any second here. Or was that not really on the radar?
It comes up eventually, but it's a bit expensive.
Yeah, it is. Nice.
But yeah, I would rather have bad side plunging with 10 HE or good 7 HE artillery than good side plunging without artillery.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That was that second snipe.
Yep. And
That was
can you
really
check it?
accurate.
Elena.
Checking Elena. Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah, that Jeep's gonna die too. That was my fault though. I should have. I didn't think I clicked it there, but I guess I did.
So, how did you see that actually get to right here? Because I can see how he saw it from there, but like, damn.
I mean, he must have guessed it.
Yeah. I mean, if he saw it going forward and then counted the time, I suppose. That's just kind of goofy. This one I understand, because he probably had vision from the town and saw it come up this way.
Yeah, but I put it in like that forest for. Like, I don't know if I misclicked it or what.
Oh, yeah.
It should have been that or forest.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so.
Just sitting there visible. The other day I had an accident with that as well. Like, I was going for this forest, but instead of being right in the edge of there, I was right outside it. Oh, that's solid. Yeah. Yeah. That had to have been so frustrating. I would have been like banging the table if I were you.
I mean, yeah, like losing the CVs in center to like an unknown to like to seemingly nothing was pretty. Like, look, I have so much stuff in center, like trying to find something. Like, there has to be recon somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even think there is. I think it's just the Rifleman 90 right there that are still right there.
Yeah, I know. When I say recon, I just mean any units that's spotting, not necessarily a recon unit.
Yeah. Ah, there it is. There's the kill. Rifleman 90, M182. I would have been really tempted at this point to go for ATGM plane to the side, because this thing's not moving. And
yeah,
sure,
well,
it might.
in this deck, I take the SU-25K instead of JH7, so...
Yeah, fair. No, I like the... basically, I think of it as a more powerful peace shrine for 20 more points. And the peace shrine's good, and yeah, the 20 points extra hurts, but... That's pretty good stats for that, I think.
I mean, it has a obscene rearm time.
Quick?
Yeah. Like, have you seen how fast it rearms? It's like seconds.
Huh. No, as I said, I haven't really played Red Dragons in a while. I have a Red Dragons Marines deck that I use for team games because it's hilarious. But, in those... I don't know, in those... I tend to not really use the ATGM planes as much because there's more anti-air on the board usually. So it's like big bomber runs with seed behind it and that sort of stuff. So what were you thinking for command vehicles at this point? Because you're being ticked on, it's 73 points to 85. You only have a little bit of time. Okay, I can see this coming out. How many of those? You get what? 6 or 7 of those Jeeps that you've lost so far?
7, I think.
7. Okay, I mean, so you still have a couple of CVs left up your sleeves, but not... Ooh. No, that's front armor. Ooh. Ah. Hot pit.
Yeah, my airplane was extremely mismanaged. I really should have got up the plane horde. And I should have had J7Hs coming out every single bomber run. Or just every single plane run, I should have had J7Hs dropping 5 positioning his radar AA.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I used to send stuff piecemeal, and then I got some really good advice from MBK, actually. Which was basically never send just one. And when you get the plane tab up, just plane train all the time, because there's no reason to send in just one. And you know, I didn't believe him at first, because I'm sitting there going, okay, well, planes are expensive. I don't really want to spend 200, let alone 400 to make it like 3 good planes coming out, or 4 mediocre planes coming out. But, you know, then I tried it, and honestly, I saw Boulanger do the same thing against ID in a series of 3 the other day. They were playing on Hell, and Boulanger was playing Scandimech, and as soon as he got like 3 or 4 planes every single run, it was just so oppressive. Because he had Seed, right? He had 2 puffs, he had an ASF, he had double Fighting Falcon, and every time it came out, it's just... What do you do against that, you know?
Yeah, and like you can't, like, if you're gonna, you have to call out, you know, multiple ASFs at that point to deal with it. And radar A could get bombed or something.
Or double puffed. J7H. That's a nice pickup if you can get the US Marines. Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Double
again, like I should have had J7H's behind that ready to bomb the Pip 3s.
No, please don't tell me. Oh god. Yeah, okay, you know, we said a couple minutes in that this game looked like it was just going to be a really quick game in your favor. At this point, honestly, this is looking like it could turn bad. Because, I mean, 2 Hawk Pip 3s, a lot of points lost in the air, there's at least 2 big tanks in Dimitri, and not all that much to defend against it. I think, frankly, if you had just bought like 6 riflemen and put it ahead of those tanks, I'm not sure there's much you could have done defensively here.
Yeah, no, like losing 3 CVs in a row, like...
It's such a tax. 3 minutes of income is a really big swing. I do like the artillery. I don't know.
No, the second Fade out dying without doing anything is just another 150 points gone, so...
Yeah, didn't you already buy one over here, or did you cancel it?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I mean, well, I bought the first 2 got sniped.
Right. I thought I saw that silhouette earlier, but it might have been cancelled for a female though. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably it.
190, here it comes. I mean, M1A2, M1A1 would have been. Yeah. So it's a bit of a goofy spot, but when I'm on the back foot in Dimitri, sometimes I'll put an ATGM right here. Because an infantry ATGM right here actually has really nice vision, right? Because you can see into that section, you can see over here, and it gets so many side armor shots, it's incredible. And it's hard to spot because it's up on the high ground. Like, you could go here as well, but right here I tend to find gets a little bit tricky depending on like this section of woods right ahead of it, because it'll technically be looking through these trees, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong about that. I mean, jeez. Double M1A1, M1A2. Drawback to playing Moto, right? Nothing to contest those in the open field. Okay.
Yeah, and I know this theoretically looks good for me, like like superficially looking at map control, but center and what's that sector? Is it Dimitri? No, Gregory, center and Gregory. Those sectors are actually impossible to hold if you don't hold the middle, because there's no terrain advantage or tactical advantage you have.
Right.
Like, you can't defend that. You can walk up on any part of the highway into the forest right there.
Yeah, and if you, especially because you don't have recon near here, there could be. I mean, okay, this will see some stuff, but if he drives down and then pops up right there, I don't think it could even shoot.
Well, yeah, but I mean, my point is he has 400 points of tanks. Like, he can just instantly kill anything on the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
So it's trivial for him to get in.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I've had this happen in race before on this map, but like, people, they try to push into the second spawn next when they should just go for the side sectors.
Yeah, because I mean, from Blue's perspective, it's nice if you can cap Boris, but it's also really comparatively tough too, especially if you don't own back here. Like, the only times I've been able to make it work are when, as Blue, I have Elena, and then you get up to here, you get up to there, and then you can squeeze it really effectively. But yeah, I think you're right. When people try from this side and they don't own this section, it's rough, especially if you have good hinds, because you just pop one back here, and then it can see things right down this way, and it's usually outside the range of anti-air, which is quite nice.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much catastrophic collapse right now.
Yeah, I mean, Moto collapse is a thing for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I
Does
think
Moto
it's
get
slightly
those,
overstated. Like, it's not inevitable. You can just win games as Moto, but, you know, I just had a horrible mid game.
Well, yeah, and that happens. That can happen regardless of deck. 25k, no vision. Yeah. Oh, Nighthawk. What's it gonna get this time, Pungai? No. That's a CV guess is what that was. Did you get anything with this? I'm sorry, I looked away.
No.
Yeah. Shit. That's dead. Does Red Dragon's Moto get some of those goofy vehicles with really high armor piercing, or is that just Mac?
Like, you mean the vehicle tab ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's the 5 armor, 21 AP, 10 RPM.
Yeah, that seems like a really good thing to have in a moto deck.
Yeah, I was considering calling it out, but since it's 5 armor, like you have to micro it to get value out of it, so it just doesn't die.
Well, yeah, I mean, it needs a side shot to win, but I don't know, like, Moto can't
Like,
contest those things normally anyway, so it's
having one
just
of
tough.
those in like the Triangle Forest would be really nice for an example.
Here?
No, the other one.
Oh, over here.
On top of like Recon and whatever.
Yeah, that
I'm
could be
sure there's
pretty
other
nice.
spots where it would be really nice.
So, I think this was really getting in the blue player's head as well, because this is, what, the 4th time he sent stuff up here? And it's...
Yeah, he's like really disjointed.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. Like, we've been looking at this from your perspective a lot, but from Blue's perspective as well, it's really uncomfortable to have lost this corner. Like, I've seen Moto players before where they get this and they just fast move something across this highway, and it's so goofy.
Oh
But it
yeah,
works.
I'm doing that right now actually.
Oh really? BTR 80As, autocannons,
Yeah.
yeah. That could work. Could work. Yeah, so the biggest concern right now is if he caps Elena, then that's even. And 120 points to 86 is a win, but it's not exactly cozy. So yeah, I see where you're going for this, because if you can decap Feder, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to work, but might as well try.
Yeah. So I used to have games when I was newer at this, I had a lot of games where I would lose, and I'd realize afterward that I still, like, at the 40-minute mark, I still had something like 3,000 points on the field, and I lost on tick. And I started just getting to a certain point where I'd just throw everything at the wall, because, I'd rather lose with 500 points left on the board at time than lose with 3,000 points on the board at time, having not really attempted to get map control back out of fear of losing everything. It's like, well, okay, fear of losing everything has now just lost me the game. So personally, I don't mind it when things are really brutal in the mid game and late game if it means that you're actively trying to win instead of just sort of waiting for stuff to happen. Which it seems like you're doing here. Like, this is all just to say, like, I'd go for it as well, because at a certain point you have to go for it. So.
Well, yeah, I mean everything at this point is just buying time.
Yeah, because there's the Atlanta cap. Did you watch it drive in, or?
Yeah, I saw it briefly.
Gotcha. There's a DAP. Frankly, that alone, if you can get that alone, that's well worth the 2 BTR ADAs. Seed. I gotta say, Maurice's airplay has gotten a lot better over time. I remember when we last played, or actually when we first played, I first played against Maurice in the rookie tourney, and most of his planes were not the nice call at the time, but frankly, the Nighthawk has been really nice. His seed there was really nice. ASF, maybe a little bit questionable on its own, but when he practices enough with Rafales, it's gotten to be a difficult thing to do, to catch him out for that.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 games are my 2 most recent games against him, and he's much better. Like, look, all his tanks are still alive. If this was a month ago, he would have fed everything already. Just hate moving forward.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did really well and trained hard and for a reason, so yeah. It's nice to see, it's nice to be able to see that in other players as well. I think, this is a really old game, and every couple months there are more experienced players who play their last game. So it's nice to see people, you and him both, moving up into hopefully be the next wave of things, right? So, and we've got a whole bunch of people who are lieutenant colonel and colonel looking for brig gen. And, Claver recently made major general, and hopefully in a couple of years. Hopefully in a couple of years we'll have a replacement for this that actually is nice, as opposed to something like Warnote. But if not, it's nice to have people playing it and going up in the ranks and improving their skills.
I mean, I currently am Colonel. I'm sure I could get Brig if I started grinding Landjet mech or some mech deck.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. We played a while back, and you picked up a win against me. Was that right after I'd gotten to Brig Gen, I think?
Yeah, the Blue Dragon armor game.
Yeah, it was a fun game. It was a nice, game. I think I casted it. I'm not sure.
I didn't think you did.
I don't know.
But like you made a video of it?
Yeah, yeah.
I actually did. I swear I would have saw it, but
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I've been having a. I don't think it's a secret. I've been having a kind of rough time with like work and things recently, and I've had a couple of videos fall through the cracks. Like the last couple months were the first times I wasn't putting out a video a day because I had a ton of 30-some hour shifts and just a bunch of stuff going on there. So I've missed a couple that I had marked as I want to record this. And then I end up like a month later only having recorded a third of them because life gets crazy sometimes, you know? So it's part of why I'm happy to host the tourney still. It's part of why I'm happy to be doing this with you right now because, you know, this one's probably going to go up after I've left for Thanksgiving to see some family. And I was really proud when I was gone for my honeymoon for so long that I had enough recorded to keep putting these things out because you know, this is my hobby. I love doing it. I love posting these things, talking with people, and yeah, it's never a fun thing when you just when you don't have time for your hobby. So yeah. I don't know. I think you could make Brig. I've done it twice. Once with mech, once without, and honestly, I really like your attitude for skill matters more than deck as well. So I'm hoping you make Brig with that same Blue Dragon's armored deck that gave me the business. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah, I mean, I've gotten really good at other RTS before. It's like a good player can do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Blitzword's
It's incredible what they can get away with. It. Like if you play better, you play better.
Yeah.
You'll utilize you will leverage your strengths.
Yeah.
Find some way to outplay.
So 2 minutes left, 133 to 86. This is looking pretty nice. And I gotta say, if you want my obligatory plug, if you want my YouTube channel to look pretty nice, it's been a really couple of slow months. And like, share, subscribe always does help. Plus, we've actually got a tournament going on right now. And first day signups are really nice. I don't know what they'll be as of the time that this goes out, but we've got a lot of interest on day one. And, well, signups are open through to December 8th, so I'm hoping to see a lot of people there. It's a 2v2 format. There's going to be hopefully some balanced teams with new and experienced players both paired up, so do look for signups for that. There's prize support for teams that do well. There's also going to be, well, there's nice fancy Discord roles as well, so you get in there and you join, you'll be put up as either a knight or a squire. And yeah, it's a little geeky, but you know, the channel name's Black Knight Gaming. It's kind of thematic and I like it, so that's what we're doing. And I hope to see you guys there for that. Any closing thoughts as we wrap up this game?
The mortar is killed in M1A2.
God, yeah. Right there, didn't it? Oh, where's the carcass? There's the carcass. Very nice. Any other?
Try to sneak Navy SEALs into my Great Grease CV.
Nearly got it too. Look at that.
Yeah, but you know, helicopters for the win.
Yeah, in my 25s. I always look down on these things, but you know, for 60 points, I guess if it's the bare minimum, right? Like what we were saying with better players, and one of the things that they do is they use the bare minimum necessary. So if a 60-point helo can do the job, why pay for anything more?
I mean, the Hinds are godly, honestly, for what you get.
Yeah, Yak B is pretty nice versus infantry. I just don't like the Flatos very much. I tend to find that they're kind of a waste. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, they're not that good, but they can occasionally hit and kill something.
Yeah.
And like, it's just such good fire support. You know, plus 10 HP is so much for tanking.
Yeah, that's fair. And right now, it's enabling your Yukjun Dai to actually get their shots in, which is probably even more important than the armament on the Mi-25, because yeah, it's 2 kills. Alright, well, let's look at some standout units here as we wrap this up. And 2985 to 3210, ahead by 200 points. This is a brutal game. Very brutal game. TY90s just clapped that opener, and yeah, I mean, J7H, you know, if I play Red Dragons again soon, I'll check it out, because that is it's a very nice performance.
Yeah,
All right.
picked up the block 52 kill.
Well, thank you for joining me. I think we're going to do another one after this. It'll probably go up the day after this one does. And for everyone watching, thank you all for hanging around. We'll see you again real soon.